donor's choice. We are a biracial married couple, and having that component was incredibly important to us. So we wanted our donor to look like our family, to ensure that our baby is going to look like our family. And our family includes a beautiful, gorgeous South Korean. They're doing great in the Olympics, by the way. We're so proud. We watch every night. Okay. So that was really important to us. Unfortunately, once you go with diversity, especially POC couple, especially our communities of color, lesbian couples or LGBT couples, there's less donors out there, right? So that's a whole nother topic for another day. But we, that was something that was important to us. And then an open donor. So we absolutely, after a lot of discussion and thinking, having an open donor was something that was really important to us. So we want our child to have the ability, when they turn 18, to choose whether or not they want to be able to connect with their donor, or at least have the opportunity to have contact information. And that's what an open donor is. Again, it costs more money because of administration, probably keeping up with the donor, or at least having the staff to keep up with the donor. So that's something that's was important to us. We want our child to have the ability to make that decision for their own. We didn't want to make that decision for our child. So that's something that we found important. There's also open donor registries. So there's a potential that our child could find out half siblings and other information, right? So down the line, when we conceive and we have a baby, we want to be able to have that decision be available for our child. So then it's the donor shopping, right? So I talked a lot about how to get to the point of choosing a donor. There's a lot more than just Googling and clicking yes, and it's fun. When you're really overwhelmed about which bank to choose, or known donor or not known donor, whatever, go on one of the main big, sperm bank options out there, and absolutely shop away, but just realize that there's other steps to get to that point. So things that were really important to us were medical history. That was number one. And then race and physical characteristics. Specifically race, not so much tall or not tall, or it was more matching to my wife, right? So when I really, it was crucial that we find a donor using baby pictures or whatever that really is going to represent our family, right? So that's something that was important to us. So it was medical history, and then really diversity or race. And then it was interest, education, values, their writing samples, personality coming through, why they were doing it. There's some donors out there that are because I have great genetic material and I wanted to pass it along to, couples that aren't able to, versus I want to give this gift, and if it's going to make another couple happy, I'm so grateful to be doing that. So you can really pick up on personality in their responses, and that was really important to us. And then I think the must-have after that was physical characteristics. So that's why I kind of separated race and someone who looks like our family, and then physical characteristics like acne or not acne, or tall or not tall. That was all the way down for us. So those were sort of our priorities. And then other things to think about are reported pregnancies. So when you're looking at your donors, actually looking to see if they do have reported pregnancies or not, or if that's important to you, or talking to the staff at the bank to see if reported pregnancies, if you should really lean heavily on no reported or yes reported, because maybe some families don't report. And then cost, right? So figuring out after that the next step, once you find your donor or whatever you choose to call them, after that it's all about cost, figuring out that cost, figuring out a plan B, and just kind of talking through those choices and how many vials that you're going to get, talking to your doctor, figuring out your TTC plan, and what that, magic number is. Obviously looking at your CMV number, whether you're negative or positive CMV, and also, blood type, just making sure that it makes sense to what you need medically, right? If you're doing an IUI versus a IVF, there's different strengths of the vials that you need, so kind of figuring out all those details. So that is a very, very brief, quick synopsis of sort of our journey of finding our donor. And we were blessed. We worked really well together during that process, and we've heard from many couples, the both of us, it has been a mess and months and maybe more than months of a process of eliminating top 10 choices, top 5 choices. Well, this is my top 5, but my top 3 don't match yours. And so we've heard many couples go through a great deal of back and forth and choosing. And Sewell and I went in, did all of that research that we just outlined, and kind of picked out our top person, our top donor, while we were at work one day after doing, a lot of research together. But then we went in to work one day, picked out our top donor, came home from work, told each other who our top donor was, and that was that. So we were blessed and really happy with that. And I think we could have thought through just as easy as far as if there was a plan B or C option that we needed, but we picked our donor top choice for both of us. So that's our journey. We love you guys. We miss you guys. We're gonna try